What's up TBD gang, this is Arunav and welcome to the Bro Thing. Today I'm going to show you my first ever infield breakdown on this channel.
Your mom and dad keep it?
What's my name?
What's your name, buddy? Nice to meet you. That looks like a real name. Alright. Come on, let me feel the fucking energy, man. Everybody fucking almost left the Russians. Yo, what's your name? Alright, so what happens over here? I automatically assume a conversational frame and I put my hand out. And she holds it and I get her into my frame. A lesson over here is always try to pull the girl in your frame if you're going to. What it means is, if you walk up to a girl, it might seem that you're invading her personal space. And she might just get creeped out or repelled. However, if you hold her hand and you pull her towards you, she's more likely to comply. Because she's not going to feel the same discomfort of you invading her personal space. Now she tells me a name which is kind of unreal, so I think that she's joking with me. To which she tells me to ask a friend, and once I shift towards the friend, I ask him whether she's lying or not. Then another girl comes and takes her away. Now at this point, many people will believe that they got cock blocked by the friend or the friend just took her away. But if you think about the external environment, the tempo is getting faster. Maybe it's a favorite song. Now I go to re-engage the girl. Since it's a high energy environment, I also have to be high energy. I can't just go there and talk. Because if I go there and talk, it may give a leeching vibe. Like I'm trying to suck out the energy of the place. So I go there and now I start dancing with her, which builds rapport and comfort. Well, now her friend sees that and it gives me instant approval and social proof. At this point, I talk to Vicky and we formulate a plan. Now it was time to become the approach machine. So I approached a friend, asked the name, and I spin the girl. Now at this point, a third girl swoops in, and this is all because of pre-selection. Now as we're dancing, I just test my compliance by just putting my hands across her. So a lesson over here is always stack up the compliance. Never ask for too much at first. Once I know that she's comfortable with my touch, I completely shift my focus towards her. So we start dancing together and I ask her for her name. So at this point, I'm actually observing for all the indicators of interest and I'm planning to escalate further. Night game is truly uncertain, so I'm just thinking, let's see what happens. Arunav. And you?
Are you in the creative field? Like, are you a designer?
I'm an
I love it. Now her friend sees that and she runs towards them, and all I have to do is just to maintain my cool. The reason is because she's over invested and I know that she'll come back to me. So she comes back to me and she introduces me to her friends. Big mistake on her part. Now guys, if you're meeting her friends, always remember, don't be the shy and quiet guy in the corner. This might kill your first impression. So I meet a friend, and this is one friend who I've seen in my friend's party. So I just open her and I tell her, are you Arjun's friend? Now what this does is, it separates me from a guy in the club to a guy who probably has some common and mutual connections with them. Now at this point, I'm in a position where the hottest girl of the group is dancing on my side. So I open her by the hand of God. I spin her and I take a step back. Now guys, always remember this. When you're doing the push and pull, just take 2 steps further and 1 step back. Now I start making conversation with her and she asks my name in a seeking rapport tonality, which means it's an indicator of interest and the conversation has actually reached the social hook point. Now this is all because of the social proof. Now I start escalating further by holding a basic conversation and playing with my proximity. Now guys, never underestimate the power of proximity. Changing proximity can also induce an emotional response, so it also works as an emotional spike.
No way. I'm talking about it. What about you?
Where do you work?
I'm my own company. I'm a public speaker.
Wow.
What about you? Where do you go after party? Are you gonna kidnap me?
I don't mind.
I don't mind that either. What do you do though?
I said I'm a so I'm a trainer.
I'm just scared you might just beat me up.
No. You're too sweet. You're too cute. No one can beat you.
I love it already. Ready for that? Are you drunk? I don't have a license.
You don't drink.
But I have a car. No, I drive it though. Never mind.
I have my driver.
You can follow us.
So now she asks me for an after party. Now girls usually do this when they're trying to subtly figure out your logistics. So at this point, it's pretty evident that she's completely engaged and interested in me. Now all I have to do is be the man and take the responsibility to take her home. So now I ask her, are you going to kidnap me? So what that does is it puts me in a frame where I have higher value and it makes her qualify. Also, it basically means that she's going to be doing all the work. Now the conversation that is taking place is completely illogical, but it has a fun vibe. Now all I'm doing here is just doing a bit of push and pull. And I'm asking her, are you gonna beat me up? So at this point, she starts chasing me even more. So I start escalating further by just closing the proximity and I'm trying to figure out the logistics. Now, whenever you're talking to a girl in the nightclub or a dance floor, don't go on talking about logical stuff. Just understand this point. When you're talking to the girl, there's a ball of energy between you and the girl. All you have to do is push it in a fun direction.
Are you leaving?
No, I just my friends are going. I'll see you with her.
You wanna throw numbers?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, 1 second. I have an international number for you. I remember it.
Yeah.
Do you remember mine?
What are you doing? Sorry?
Do you remember my name?
Now her friends call her and she tells me that I'll see you in some time. So one thing you have to understand is this is the first part of the night, and in the first part of the night you can talk to as many girls as you want to, you can take as many numbers as you want, and you can fuck up as many sets as you can because you can re-engage them later at night. So over here I take her number and I move on to the next one. Now in the first part of the night, you don't have to be in a set for too long because it will decrease your value. Plus also a lot of girls wouldn't want to spend 25 minutes in the initial part of the night with just one guy. So what did you see here? I approached about 5 girls in 10 minutes. So the point over here is you can approach about 10 girls in 10 minutes and you can increase your value just by the way you approach. As it creates massive social proof because you're coming from a place of abundance and just positivity. So in the end, I just want to say if I can do this, then definitely you can do this too. On that note, if you think that you are unable to do it, you can always join our mentorship program where we are personally going to teach you and tell you how we personally did it and the programs and things that we personally followed to get to a level where we are at. On this point, this is Arunav signing off. Until next time.